The price of HNT is being beaten down as if it was the sole asset on FTX's balance sheet, accelerating downward toward the $2.25 level. This dramatic underperformance recently is very surprising considering there has been numerous instances of reassurance that HNT and Nova Labs are safe and unaffected by the FTX and Alameda research contagion. Amir posted a note he sent to Nova Labs investors which outlines the current status of Nova Labs cash and assets, and the Helium Foundation posted a notice regarding the recent FTX and Alameda events addressing concerns directly. Despite this and all of the positive news announced at Solana Breakpoint last week, the price of HNT continues to retreat. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the Crypto Compound channel. Thank you guys all so much for being here. I hope you guys are having a great day. Please hit that like and subscribe on the way in. Today, we are going to be looking quickly at the charts. Severe underperformance here from HNT recently. We're going to take a quick look at Solana as it did hit a target here that no one really thought it would get down this low, but a lot more news coming with Solana being tied up in the bankruptcy proceedings that we will see in the coming months. And of course, we will touch on HNT and how it is affected or impacted by the FTX and Alameda contagion directly. We will look at information posted from both the Helium Foundation and Amir. Now, guys, this recent price action is so surprising to me, considering that HNT, as we will see throughout this video, has no real impact from what is going on with FTX and Alameda, and also the leadership here between Nova Labs and Helium with the disgraceful leadership of Alameda Research and FTX.
I wanted to get rich not because I like money, but because I wanted to give that money to charity.
Now, as far as I am concerned, stuff like that is a massive, massive red flag from leadership of a billion-dollar firm. Now, Alameda Research has probably even worse examples of their leadership. There are interviews of their CEO, Carolyn, talking about risk management and how they trade, and it's absolutely mind-blowing.
Yeah, I think we tend not to have things like stop losses. I think like being comfortable with risk is very important. Yeah, being kind of fairly, I don't know.
I mean, there are endless examples recently looking back at red flags between FTX and both Alameda.
So that's another Ponzi scheme.
And I have been following Helium for a very long time, and I can confidently say that there are no similarities between any of the leadership amongst the Helium Foundation or the Helium network. So that leaves us with the question, why is Helium so unfavored in this environment? Of course, there is major and massive market sell-offs, which are not only specific to crypto, but Helium is underperforming. We can see here that Helium is currently at rank number 89. This is the worst rank we have seen since it broke the top 100 coins by market cap over a year ago, currently down about 15 or 16%. If we look at the liquidations, we can see that there are sporadic longs being liquidated and providing selling pressure. We don't see any short liquidations here occurring within about the last 24-hour period. Now, this would make a lot of sense if we knew that Nova Labs maybe received funding from Alameda Research, or perhaps HNT was being directly held as an asset on FTX's balance sheet. However, both of these have proven to be untrue. And on top of that, we have seen Amir here sharing updates with Nova Labs investors directly regarding the implications of the FTX, Alameda, and SBF contagion across the crypto community. As we can see here, Amir hits 5 key points right at the top. He says all of our cash is safe and held in checking or money market accounts at Silicon Valley Bank, Wells Fargo, and First Republic Bank. The board recently approved an investment policy, and our new CFO, Charles Kim, will be managing our cash accordingly. We have no assets with FTX, Alameda, or any of its affiliates. We have no cryptocurrencies other than those related to Helium, HNT, HST, and Mobile, and we currently have 7+ years of runway and are reviewing our operating costs. So he makes it very clear that there is no relation between FTX, Alameda, or SBF himself or any of their affiliates with Helium or any of Helium's tokens. Amir then gives a outlook on the plan moving forward, touching on the Helium Mobile and T-Mobile partnerships, their plan for acquiring more subscribers and how it relates to the acquisition of Freedom Fi, lowering the cost of 5G hotspots, and their plan with regards to some medium and large customers they plan to land to use the IoT network in 2023. So overall, we're all good with regards to Nova Labs being related in any way to what is going on with FTX. Now, there is also a recent post from Abay, the CEO of the Helium Foundation, and it is a notice on recent FTX and Alameda events. This is a very direct and short update here where they address these concerns directly. As you can see, there is a summary of bullet points down here with respect to the foundation's finances. The Helium Foundation kept no assets on FTX or FTX US, even though FTX US isn't really related to what's going on with FTX International, but neither of them had any Helium Foundation assets. We hold no crypto assets other than those related to Helium or USDC stablecoins. We have no outstanding loans, nor do we take leveraged positions against these assets. And finally, we have several years of runway with existing cash and tokens. There is additional committed capital slated to come through donations and outside grants. And then there's a general reminder of self-custody and a brief statement with regards to renewed commitment of the Helium Foundation to the people and community of the Helium network. So as we can see by what Amir communicated to investors and what the Helium Foundation has posted here, there is no direct relation between anything going on with FTX and the Helium network or HNT. Now, of course, we have seen, like in the case of FTX, we have seen people come out and say we are fully transparent, we are fully funded, we have no issues, literally weeks before the collapse of FTX. However, as I mentioned in the beginning, there is no similarities between the leadership here and the integrity of those people's character with the leadership of FTX and Alameda. Those people clearly had flawed character traits that obviously were not picked up, and they had very large connections both economically and politically, which led them to have this sense that they were untouchable and ultimately led to their collapse. The Helium Network and Nova Labs and the Helium Foundation doesn't share any of those qualities. And of course, we do have to trust that what Amir is sharing here and what Abay and the Helium Foundation here, we have to trust that this is accurate, but being that their integrity has been reassured over and over the past years, I think it is safe to say that this here that we're looking at and reading is the truth about the Helium network and its relation to this debacle. Now, separately, I did want to highlight this because it shows insane progress and development that is going on with regards to Helium and the IoT network. And of course, that is not being translated at all to the HNT price. In fact, it is actually having the inverse effect, and I think that is because no one is actually paying attention. As we can see here, we can see live tracking coverage of somebody moving through the city of London and their connection to different hotspots in that city. This is incredible progress and development. Now, guys, as far as the price of HNT goes here, you all know that I have a strong belief and positive outlook in Helium and HNT long term. I view all of this price action that is going on down here as opportunity. Of course, dollar cost averaging at lower prices than you may have purchased previously will lower your cost basis. But you do have to believe in Helium long term. I personally do, and I do believe that in the months and years to come, as HNT begins to gain momentum again, gain usage, and the HNT price is reflected in that, I think that people are going to be piling into HNT and are going to be wishing that they were paying attention and buying at sub, let's say $5, $4, $3 levels. Meanwhile, it is very likely, and it happens in different assets repeatedly over and over again, that as the price continues to go up, more people become interested and they FOMO in. Meanwhile, they were ignoring these assets at these low and deflated prices for months on end. But guys, that is just my opinion. This is not financial advice. I do expect us to be down here for a while. Of course, this is a new low here in this downtrend, and I think it's safe to assume that we will be in probably the $2 to $3 range for the next few weeks before everything can get behind us, markets can settle, and uncertainty can start to be written off with regards to the progress that H&T has moving forward. Guys, thank you for being here and watching until the end. Please leave any questions or comments down below. I will try to get to them all. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. But just like that, this video is over, and I will see you next time.